Hi, the name of this video, I might come up with a better name for it, but I think the name of this video is going to be "Prepare for War, Israel." I'm going to get into Amos, the third chapter, and go through most of the third chapter. Um, so let's get into it. Um, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, the valley of Jehoshaphat basically is the same area, where Syria is in the Middle East. Syria, Iraq, that region is the valley of Jehoshaphat. So the armies are already started gathering and fighting there. And will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So parted my land means basically you've got there in Israel today, you've got Arabs who are the descendants of Ishmael, and you've got Amalek there, who's the descendants of Esau, and they basically have parted the land. One group has one section, the other group has another section. When it talks about scattered the people among the nations, it's talking about a couple of things. Talking about the diasporas, as well as the slave trade, which has sent Israel, to different lands where they've served slavery. And they have cast lots for my people. Again, that's talking about slavery. And have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Okay, and that's talking again more specific about probably the North Atlantic slave trade, which part of the trading there was for wine and whiskey, or guns and whiskey, excuse me. Ye, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have given my silver and my gold, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. So that's talking about, for example, the Ark of Titus, or several other events where Israel was raided and the treasures of Israel were taken as spoils. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their borders. Again, that's talking about the slave trade. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones, cause my mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen awake and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, where there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For ye day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Okay, that's verse 14. And I'm going to stop there, but basically that's talking about basically primarily giving some history on slavery. It's talking about World War III, which for all intents and purposes have already started. And it's talking about basically getting prepared for what's to come. So things are getting well. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna finish the whole chapter. I was gonna stop there, but I kind of scanned over what's still to come, and I'll go through it. Verse 15: the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Okay, now that's talking about, there's several precepts on that. It's talking about when the Son of God, Yahushua, returns. There's other scriptures talking about the sun won't give her light. Basically, it's talking about basically the chariot blocking out the sun. Also, there's other scriptures talking about when the nuclear war, which is part of World War III, when that takes place, I think there being so many nuclear weapons in the sky at some point that they're going to block out the sun, similar to there's a scene in the movie 300 where the Persians, before it happens, they talk about, they're going to shoot some arrows, going to block out the sun, and then there's a scene right after that where they look up into the sky and there's, hundreds of thousands of arrows coming at them, and pretty much there's so many it somewhat blocked out the sun. So verse 16: the Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and all the fountains shall come forth of the Lord, and shall water in the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Now that's talking about the United States of America on the backside of the nuclear war. For the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Now that's primarily talking about, there's a scripture that says a land cannot, let's see, how's it go? A land cannot be healed except by the blood of he who shed it. It's close to that. A land cannot be cleansed except by the blood of he who shed it. Okay, that's what that's referring to. Verse 20, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. And so that's all of that chapter. But Amos is, it's a short, one of the shorter books, but it's, a very powerful book in the Bible. But a lot of information there, but I would definitely recommend reading the book of Amos.